So pure, you are my everything and more. So sweet, like honey, your lips, girl, I adore. And baby, that body's more than perfect, the best I ever saw. And I ain't even close to done, it's just the beginning, so let me tell you first we was. In my bed, baby, you was loving my love and I had you going crazy. Oh, it was your body that I had to try to.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Cigar Sundays. I am Chef Earl Pearl at DBCHEFTV, always joined by the illustrious Cigarden Panel with at I am Jazz Garcelle, at Just Entertainment, and the God Ali Dawu El at BK Soul Farm. If you are just joining us for the first time, please make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell so when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays live. Peace, God.
Peace, God. What you dealing with?
Man. On this great Sunday evening, you know everything is good. Everything is great. We've been working all week, putting in that work, trying to be positive and productive and peaceful. And I think we got a great show this evening. How's your week been so far, guy?
It's been productive, bro. I done talked to the city forester, right? And I done learned some tricky rules about the city, how they when you're a homeowner, you got the city property, you got your property. And I got these trees along the canal that keep interfering with my operation. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, when I look at my survey, they on the city property, so they should be able to chop it up. I call up the forester. He's like, yeah, they on city property, but where they're at, after talking to the public works people, you got to take care of them. So I'm like, all right. And you got to get a permit and you got to replace the trees and all these different rules. So it's been interesting, but I did get some information, and I have an avenue of resolution, so that's kind of dope. So it didn't go the way I wanted to, but I still got another way out. So that's kind of cool, bro. So it's been a productive week as far as I'm concerned. Stumbled a little bit, but I didn't fall down.
Hey, that's always good. Yes, indeed. And that's always part of the learning experience. This evening, Just Entertainment will not be with us this evening. He'll be back next Sunday. So y'all will be able to get them flavor bombs.
Flavor bombs.
And we don't know if I Am Jazz Garcelle is going to pop in or not. She may make an appearance. Or she may show up, what they call it, casually late. She may make an entrance.
Yeah, dramatic entrance. That's how they call it.
Yeah, she may stop the show. Exactly. So what we're gonna do is real quick before we get into tonight's show, y'all, we're gonna run a couple of these ads real quick. Because these people have some great products and they want to share them with you all.
When you look good, you feel good. So let's get back to school with DBCHEFTV merch. August 1st through November 1st. Shop until you drop from our huge selection of apparel and accessories. Use code and enjoy 10% off our entire site at checkout. Visit www.dbcheftv.com. Hit the shopping link while supplies last and get back to school with DBCHEFTV merch.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
And we're back.
Hey.
The links are in the description, and we also have some other links in the description for you guys to check out. So when you have a chance, go check that stuff out. Tonight's show, tonight's word we are going to discuss is humble.
Dun, dun.
Okay. Tonight's word is humble, and we're gonna try to answer 3 questions or discuss 3 questions. The first question is, what does humble look like? What does being humble look like? The second question is humble a positive or negative personality trait? And our third question is suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, helpful, or disrespectful? And we're going to come back. We'll be back and forth to those questions this evening throughout the conversation. But what we do here first is we always define the word. We look up the definition, and we use Merriam-Webster, a Google search, and a Wiktionary, Wikipedia definition. And that is where we get the definition from, or the idea of what the word is. We also look through the thesaurus, and we see the similarities, and then we go from there. So without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and get to that. So tonight we have humble. And first we're going to look at the Merriam-Webster. And we're going to look at the definition. Let's get these definitions going. So we have humble, an adjective, chiefly Southern. All right. And we got not proud or haughty, not arrogant or assertive. Reflecting, expressing, or offered in a spirit of deference, or submission. Example given, a humble apology. 3 is ranking low in a hierarchy or scale, insignificant, unpretentious. B is not costly or luxurious. Then we have humble as the verb when we scroll down here. And it says to make humble in spirit or manner, but it says to make someone humble in spirit or manner. And then 2 is to destroy the power, independence, or prestige of. And this is the action.
Damn.
Okay. And they even have humbling and humbled. So we've heard people say, I've humbled. I'm going to have to humble you. You need to have a humbling experience. So
you need to be humbled.
Yeah. So we're going to get to that. So let's go to Google now. Google says having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
Oh, man.
Having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Humble. Let's see what else they have under here. Of low social, administrative, or political rank. Of low social, administrative, or political rank.
It says she came from a humble beginning. So okay.
Let's even see more. Let's see more what they have. Okay. We have of modest pretensions or dimensions of a thing. What else we have right here in the verb form? They give lower, someone, referring to a person, in dignity or importance. And then we also see decisively defeat, another
Look at that sentence for the first verb, which says low is someone in dignity or importance. I knew he had humbled himself to ask for my help. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Hey.
Hi guys. Hey, good evening.
Hey, what's going on, sis?
Good evening, Jazz.
Hi.
So we get welcome to the show, Jazz. We getting into the definitions right here, right now. And we are on the Google definition of humble. And
oh, humble. I like that.
And now we're going over here to Wikipedia.
All right.
Where did we give them? Wikipedia, Wiktionary. Okay, so we got the etymology from Middle English, humble, Old French, humble, humbly, Latin, humilis, low, slight, hence mean, humble, compared to Greek, on the ground, low, trifling, humus, the earth, the ground, humi, on the ground. Okay. I'm not going to get into the rest of that. So we have humble, not pretentious or magnificent, unpretending, unassuming, having a low opinion of oneself, not proud, arrogant, or assuming, modest. Okay. And then we'll go back to the thesaurus.
I just can't imagine what this is about to look like.
And let's see what
this. Very interesting. Humble.
Let's see what this does. So, as in meek, and do
meek,
they do two?
Interesting.
And as in low. So they give it to it as in, they give it to us. Oh, and as in servile. Okay, well, how low they gonna go?
Servile.
As in to humiliate.
Humiliate.
Okay.
Humiliate. Interesting.
So let's go through it. So as in meek, humble, meek. All right. Not having or showing any feelings of superiority, self-assertiveness, or showiness. Not having.
Not having at all.
Right. Not having. Okay.
No self-assertiveness. No, you're just going to let things be.
Right.
Just let it go. Just let it flow.
As in low, humble as in low, belonging to the class of people of low social or economic rank. Belonging to the class of people of low social or economic rank. Okay. And then we have
so humble can't even apply to anybody with money. Is that what, could that be safe?
I'm with it.
So you're saying, Ali, that it doesn't apply to people that are wealthy, you're saying?
If so far as I'm looking at this definition or this what's alternative view of the word, the thesaurus, it says as in low, belonging to a class of people of low social or economic rank. So if you have a lot of money, you're not of low social. You're not of
exactly.
Right, you are high, right? So you're
not humble. Yeah, you're not humble based on that definition. Nope.
Yeah, doesn't require you to be.
doesn't even require you to be humble.
That's interesting.
You're
Okay.
supposed to walk around like your joint don't stink.
Yeah, like highfalutin, like, yeah, just thinking highly of yourself.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
So as in servile, all right, showing, expressing, or offered in a spirit of humility or unseemly submissiveness. Please accept my humble thanks for this unexpected favor.
Hmm.
Yep. So
Humble.
let's look at some of these. Let's look at some of these synonyms and similar words. So humble, meek, modest, unassuming, unaffected, lowly, timid, down to earth, unpretentious, naive, demure, shy, simple, quiet, passive, differential, subdued, submissive, unassertive, acquiescent, compliant, resigned, unaggressive, plain, ingenious, reserved, bashful, unobtrusive, yielding, sheepish, shrinking, retiring,
Cowering. You see cowering down there?
cowering, cringing, mousy, self-depreciating, self-depreciatory, all shucks. All
What?
shucks. All
What?
shucks.
What?
All shucks.
What?
Oh shucks. I ain't even know. Man, we've been saying all shucks for the longest
For real.
and didn't even know. Okay, so over modest. All right. And then we have the opposite. We have some opposites. Let's see what some more of these. Okay. So these would be arrogant, haughty, superior, egotistical, pretentious, pompous. I've been called that before. Conceited, presumptuous. What's how y'all pronounce that? How we pronounce that? What's that? Supercilious?
Supercilious, yeah.
Supercilious, impetuous, bumptuous, aggressive, egotistic, impudent, assertive, high and mighty, confident, uppity, bold,
Uppity.
peremptory, audacious, cheeky, lordy, uppish, saucy.
What'd you
Okay.
say earlier? Highfalutin? Didn't you just use that word, sis? Highfalutin. Never seen it
Huffy,
before.
forward, brash, cocky, high-handed, high-hat, overweening, chesty, smug, egocentric, prideful, overconfident, vain, self-assertive, dominant, hoity-toity, bombastic, huffish. I mean, like the list goes on for humble, stuck up, self-obsessed, self-satisfied. These are the opposite of being humble. Okay. Uninhibited, self-important, like wow, like you can't even be self-important. Wow, like this is crazy. So yeah, so this is what else did we have? So these were the same in comparison, but that's low. So I mean, all of these are pretty much the same. And then servile, let's see, meek, serve. Yeah, so they gave us a good broad view of what the opposite is. They definitely say what the opposite is. They say a lot of what the opposite is.
And there's a lot of stuff that I don't know, man.
It's a lot of what the opposite is. Okay. So, woo. Let's see what Google say over here too. Okay, so Google gives us the same thing. Humble, the similar things, meek, respectful, submissive, unassertive, unpresuming, modest, unassuming, self-depreciating, free from vanity. So this is another one of these words that this is another one of these words that we see used, I would say wrong. People using it real wrong, because a lot of times of how it's presented, it's presented in the way of all the opposites, of all the antonyms. It's almost never used in the synonym form of it. Now it's alluded to that way, but it's just picking certain things, like respectful, right?
The word you said just now, picking certain things, right? So that's like you said, is one of those words, right? Because that's what people do. People pick how they feel you're acting, or how they feel based on that long list. And if they think you're doing any of those things, you're not being humble, right? Like they picking that,
right?
Right. And that's why I say, man, like, I don't think humans should say right, I think we got to go back to the question so the sis could see what we working on.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get back to it. So these are the questions that we asking tonight, Jazz, based on the definition.
Yeah.
So what does being humble look like? Is humble a positive or negative personality trait? And is suggesting that a person needs to be more humble helpful or disrespectful? And those are the questions that we, based on this definition that we just are all being introduced to.
Okay, I have the definition up as well. Not proud or not believing that you're important. Interesting. Because I always thought, like, I mean, humble, reading that, and that's from Cambridge or something, but basically I always thought when you're talking about being humble, you have a strong, no, not that, but you have a strong sense of self-worth, but it's not overpowering. It's, I mean, you think you're humble. You don't think that you're better than anyone else. You don't think that you're better than anyone else. You don't feel like you're above anyone or above doing certain things, that you're a humble person. Basically, I would say that could be, could you put the questions up again, please, Burrow?
I mean, we on the first question right now. You pretty much
okay.
Yeah, you pretty much, what does being humble look like? That's where we at right now.
Oh, okay. So, like, an example, I would say, like, you win an award or something, and you just say thank you, I appreciate this, but you don't go bragging about it like, oh, I'm the best, I'm number one, or at least not in front of your competitor. That doesn't mean that you can't be proud of yourself and celebrate, but you're not gonna be, braggy, make the other person feel bad about not winning or not being as good or having what you have. You're humble. That's kind of what I get from that. Some examples.
Let me respond real quick. So
okay,
for your example, like, so I shouldn't, if
I think of like the Olympics, like,
right, and that's where I'm going with it. So like in the Olympics, if like you said that a person could win first place, but they shouldn't be braggy, but like if the competition is 1, 2, 3, and I win number one, like you are second to me, you
Right,
are
of
third
course.
to me, because that's the way the competition is designed.
Right, that's how it went. Of course, 1, 2,
So
3. Yeah, the
right.
places.
So why can't I brag about being number one?
I mean, it's not that you can't, but when we're talking about being humble, if we're talking about being humble, a humble person wouldn't do that.
Why not though? Because you gonna feel bad about coming in second, and the other person gonna feel bad about coming in third. But that's your feelings. That ain't got nothing to do with me busting my ass to be number one.
True.
So then why, since I worked so hard to be number one, can't I brag?
No, I mean, you can, of course, you could. I mean,
But that's
whoever
not
is the
being
winner
humble.
or whatever.
You saying that's
Right.
not being
Yeah,
humble.
that's not the definition of being humble. You can brag all you want, like, whatever, it's a free country. But just the definition, that would be more like being braggadocious, which that's not a word, of course. But the opposite of humble. I don't know if arrogant was one of those words.
It was.
But see,
But
humble, the definition of humble says not proud or haughty, not arrogant or assertive. So what I'm saying is like, if I'm not assertive, then how do I win first place? If I'm not proud of what I'm doing, then how do I formulate a plan for me to come in first? How do I be determined enough to be in first place so I can not be number two or I can not be number three?
yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Definitely, like you have to have a level of confidence to,
Right.
and it's not just confidence, but all the hard work, everything that it takes. But you have to believe in yourself that you can be number one. That you can get that gold medal or whatever.
Right. So then is it
Yeah.
so then now I have to do all that work and make all that sacrifice now, and I can't even celebrate it, enjoy it the way I want, because I have to worry about if the losers are going to feel like the people who came in second place. I mean, they beat somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
Yeah, not me.
they just didn't beat me,
Yeah.
right? Like
Right.
the second place did beat the third place. So do the second place got to
Right.
be more humble because they came in second to the third place, or
Not
do we?
necessarily. No.
Right. So what I'm saying to your comment is like,
Hmm.
do we really have to? Is that really being humble? Is that really being humble, or are we now trying to be something that we not by taking on that? Like I win first place, and like you said, like I just said thank you, and I took a little bow, and I was all smiles
Right.
and everything. I wasn't turning up like yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if that's who I am as a person, that I like to celebrate like that,
Right.
like some people just like a card. Some people got to have a trip and balloons and flowers and a cake and everything. So is that person less humble than a person who just want a card?
No, not necessarily.
Or is that just
It's
how
just
they
how
like
they
to
express
celebrate?
it. That's just how they like to celebrate, or, celebrate. Yeah, celebrate. Yeah, I can see that word is definitely misconstrued or misunderstood.
Yeah, for sure.
I
You're
think
talking
I
about
think it's a
personality,
horrible
yeah.
word. It's a horrible word.
It's a
Not
horrible word.
horrible, golly.
Horrible word.
Whoa.
Horrible word.
3-syllable words up in here.
Horrible word.
Whoa.
What you got, God? What does being humble look like?
So in one of the definitions, it said that it's chiefly Southern,
Yeah, chiefly Southern. Yeah.
right? So when I heard that, it automatically made sense to me why it's such a prevailing thought process across the country, right? Because the South predominantly was quote unquote the enslavers,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the people that they were talking to were our ancestors, and it was like all those definitions of what humble was is what we were to be, right? We were not to be assertive. We were not to our ancestors, not us specifically, for all the dummies out there.
Not proud,
We supposed
ranking low in
we
hierarchy and
right.
scale, insignificant.
We're not even supposed to think about achieving higher than outside of our class, because how dare we? We're only these enslaved people, and that is our station, right? And even after slavery was abolished, and we went through the stages of indentured servitude and the Jim Crow and all the redlining, and
Right.
to where we are today, right? While the laws may have changed, the thought processes that was governing the people that was governing us was chiefly Southern,
Okay.
right? So when you say, when it says say, you don't, what does it look like? I think even bragging, I think bragging must mean I can't point in the loser's face and say, ha ha, I beat you. I feel like I can say, yes, I won.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As I think you can celebrate as loud and as boisterous. I think you can even brag on your accomplishments, man. All that hard work I did, all those miles, all those training, all those squats I did, they paid off. Like I think you can do all that as long as you don't say, I did like those 500 squats that you didn't do. That's why you lost, dummy, because you didn't do what I did. Right. I think you can't put down on anybody. I think you can definitely, which is what I'm saying right now is the opposite of humble, right? Because I'm saying you could definitely be proud of yourself, right? But where you should not offend somebody, right? Like you should be glad that you won. You should celebrate how you want to, but to offend
Right.
somebody and put down on somebody is wrong and negative, right? So what humble look like? It look like some slave mentality. It look like, put your head down when the white folks is walking through the neighborhood, right? Get off the sidewalk when a Caucasian person is walking across whatever, right? Like it's chiefly Southern. It's avert your eyes is what I feel about that. So I don't like the word at all. I don't like the idea of somebody telling somebody else to be humble, right? Like I didn't see anything, even when they talked about where it alluded to coming from the ground, right? It alluded to like somebody came from humble beginnings. They came from poverty, and they worked themselves up or whatever. Like that's insane, right? That's I think that's like bad human beings if we can live in a society where we can say, oh, those are the poor people over there. Oh well, right? And they just got to. I don't know. It's just weird, bro. Like I don't like humble, right? And so far, I ain't see nothing that changed my mind. Right? It looked like slave behavior to me when I think of humble. Think about it chiefly being Southern.
No doubt. So I got a question for a point that you made. Now you said that you can't, it's not being humble by pointing at the person saying, you didn't do this, that's why I won.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Or I beat you, because you did say that I beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But that's the truth.
It is.
So then why is there a double standard?
It's not a double standard. It don't need to be said. The trophy said. The crowd said.
But then what if that, but if the person want to say it too, why can't they say it? Because they did the work.
Yeah, and they won.
The trophies, the crowd said it, the announcer said it, everybody else said it, because they was in a competition.
Yeah.
With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everybody came in to compete. So I'm just trying to understand, why would they not be exemplifying humbleness? by stating the truth, by saying I did. I beat you. I did. I beat you and
No.
you and you and you and you and you all the way down the line. That's why I'm number one. You know,
Oh my God.
like we were
That's
in the
it.
competition and I beat y'all.
So
You know what I'm saying?
so when you say that and you, that do just kind of sound like celebratory actions.
You know, I mean,
I
I'm
ain't
I mean,
like
it is.
like
It is.
like I'm on some old kitty aha nah like some old nagging pestering kind
Yeah,
of
but I
thing.
mean, either way, you're you
Like
know, you're letting him know.
that's more so what I'm talking about, right? Some more nagging pestering thing, right? Because I agree, you should be able to celebrate like however you want to, because you did do mad work, right? Like
Yeah,
um
it's true.
you cannot be humble and be a winner, right?
I'm trying to figure out how, you know,
like,
because you're gonna offend
like
somebody.
no, like I think that's what I'm saying. I think we like as society, we like being lied to so much, right? That we want that person to not be humble in their process of winning, but we want them to present humility to us because we couldn't do or didn't do what they did. So we don't want them to make us feel bad or feel lazy.
Yeah, that's some sucker shit.
Sucker
Right.
shit. Sucker shit.
Oh
Like
my God.
that's what I'm saying. Like all this is some lookership, right? All some looking ass motherfucker behavior, right? Like um that's why I say like nobody should be telling somebody else. Well, we ain't get there yet, but it's some sucker stuff, right? Like it's
Because they're saying I have to downplay my joy. Okay. I have to downplay a high point in my life to cater to you,
Right.
to
So
cater
you
to
feel
you
better
being,
about it.
so you feel better about being a loser.
yeah.
Because we in a competition. Like we're specifically talking about the Olympics right here. Now this can apply in other areas of competition as well, you know.
Oh
But
man,
it's just like,
think about the boxing commentators, right? Or any, I guess any athlete commentators.
Hmm.
When a boxer wins and it says like a person that they don't like, for instance, like they congratulate them on a win, but to humble them, right, or an attempt to humble them, they want to talk about that good shot they took, right? Or where it
Right. To
looked
like soften the
like
blow.
yeah, where it looked like they was where they got stumbled or something like that, right? They want to talk about that, and if that person does not acknowledge that action, then they're looked at as being braggadocious. They're looked at as being not humble. They're looked at as being arrogant and all a whole bunch of they're a horrible person. When in reality is that was a terrible question to ask right now, and this person just won, and they're excited about that, and let that be it, right? Like
it
we can
didn't stop the win.
it didn't stop to, like
So
Right.
you got knocked out.
You're
So
still the
what
winner.
was you thinking when you got knocked out in the fourth round in 5 minutes in the fourth round? Did you think it was over? And it's like, and now I'm sitting here with dude or the girl, the opponent, all beat up in the upper corner. You know what I'm saying?
all right, like come
And
on.
my gloves up like this. Like, come on. So no, yeah. I mean, hey, he caught me with a good shot. She caught her with a good shot. However, whoever boxing, whoever's in the competition, but I whooped their ass.
Whoop their ass.
That's why you over here standing there talking to me. Yeah. And if they want to fight again, I'll whoop their ass again. Right. I mean, that's the way Ali used to do it. And I'm still pretty. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Oh,
So like,
And
right.
you said Ali, like not for nothing, like that lack of humility sells tickets, right?
Oh yeah, he was arrogant. He
Because
was
people want to see him because again, right, like they take his personality as not as his accomplishments, it's his accomplishments over me and mine, right? So they feel like, oh, they buy tickets and hope he lose, right? So it sells tickets, right?
yeah.
Like it works, right? Like your haters support you the most.
Mayweather got wealthy off of that.
Wealthy.
Oh yeah, his whole personality, his whole brand is about his
Yeah.
attitude. I mean, obviously he wins, but if he didn't have that whole attitude, his whole brand is like I'm cocky, like I'm money,
See,
Floyd Money Mayweather, like
I
you
don't see
know,
that. I don't see that.
you don't see, you don't
I
see
see
that.
that. I don't. I see that as I hear that as the narrative that they give him, but I don't see
Floyd Mayweather being cocky
like
and like over the top. I never
yeah.
seen him really being cocky and over the top.
I've never seen that. Like
Yeah, I never got that from Floyd, but I know.
except for
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I've seen him look like a bully when he's in the gym, and I seen clips when they like be doing their ring stuff and everybody be sparring and stuff and everybody be turned up.
Like a
But
bully.
I'm like yo, but like the environment, like they dogs in there.
Oh
So
yeah, but like in everyday, like in a random, like when you see him in a
I've never
magazine and he's walking down the street, nah, he just looks like a normal person.
I've never
Yeah,
seen that. I've only ever seen him where what they call him being cocky or because he talks in a fight to the commentators or to the crowd or whatever. Like that's skill.
Yeah, he's entertaining. That's what he
Like,
doing.
that's entertaining, right? Because you want to see him do that one time and then
right.
get caught. You know what I'm
He
saying?
done got caught. He done been in
And
some
they-
fights. Yeah,
There've been some fights, right?
yeah.
And it sells, but but because we know we was raised by suckers that's always been scared to be looked in the eyes, right? Because they feel like if you look a man in his eyes, it's gonna diminish them somehow, right? So they want you to remember you came from the ground, you came from poverty, you came from that lowly state.
Mm.
How dare you feel like you deserve more or more? Like that's nuts.
Yeah,
Right.
I think on the narrative you was talking about with the American history component, I think teaching slavery in school is still one of them things that's trying to get people to be humble.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
It's chiefly
exactly.
Southern. That's what I'm saying. It's chiefly Southern.
You know,
It instills that, you
because
know.
the youngins don't really care, and I don't see enough elders that's actually trying to change things at all. So not as a collective. So I'm like, what's
When
the
you say
use of
change
you
things,
teaching?
you mean like for the kids to learn about, like, hold,
Make sure my phone's silent. Start getting charged out here.
What you got? What was your comment, Jay?
She's getting a call.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she ain't even start. She ain't even start saying nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know, God. Like, so what you think, humble? Like, you ain't answered the question.
Nah. I ain't even get to it yet. Yeah.
Like,
You know, what does being humble look like? I mean, I don't know, God, because like to me, like, well, I could say what I think it looks like to other people.
mm-hmm.
I can't really say what it looked like to me because it's not been a word that I've ever been fond of.
Ever.
You know, so like I've always been Earl. You know, everybody who know me know that. So you don't get humble with me. You know, you get raw. You get exactly what it is. If that offends you, then we need to have a conversation. You know, and that's really it. But I've been paradoxical, so that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm not humble. You
Facts.
know, so what I see mostly is a lot of people, you know, thinking that, you know, you're too proud. You know, you're too assertive. Maybe you're what they saying that I'm arrogant. I've gotten arrogant a lot. I've gotten arrogant from people who don't even fucking know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even know me at all. Like, you just be around somebody and then somebody bring up a conversation like, how you think Pearl is, blah blah blah. Well, he seemed real arrogant. right?
He seems real arrogant.
He seems real arrogant. That's because I came in, you know, I'm conversing, right? I'm not all belligerent, you know. My clothes looking good, you know. We got ourselves together. We got something on our mind other than just, you know, trying to see what I'm gonna do with my little head, you know. So I realized I didn't need to frequent those environments too much more longer. Like that was in the transition phase when I'm realizing like I don't need to be hanging around these type of people, man, because this ain't even my level. Like I'm above it. So there wasn't no humbling about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when they was like
I hate that word, bro. I hate the word, man. Like I think humble only applies to the Most High, bro. I think like it's a terrible human word.
you know, I'm serious. So like when you know, when Google said of low social, administrative, or political rank, you know, that's humble. That's what they saying. Being humble is of low social, administrative, or political rank. All right. Like y'all gotta take that up with Google.
Yeah.
Okay. So, telling somebody to be humble, you telling them to be low. You know what I'm saying? Of low social or low administrative or low political rank, whatever that, you know, whatever that equates to, but it's low level. It's not trying to, you know, elevate in some way, shape, form, or fashion, even if it's not by the rank, but just by in your actions and your mental, you know. And even socially, like if you can, it's a difference between being poor and living poor.
Facts.
You know, I can actually, you know, live frugally and below my means. And to some other people, they would consider, oh, you living poor. You know, I could place my value in other things. Like I don't need, you know, $400 tennis shoes. You know, I need to put that $400 somewhere else to where it's making some interest or something, so I can get something later on in life. That may be my priority. So, so to me, it may be a humbling situation just because I understand that the person who is spending their money on the tennis shoes, on the sneakers, that's all they valuing, and they don't know any better. That's what I would have to, you know, that would be the humbling part to me, to have some compassion for understanding that. You know, so that's what like being humbling to me look like. It's like, oh, they don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And they not asking to try to learn anything different. So
let me not put down and judge.
yeah, let me just go on about my business, you know, and keep on
That's
doing
that's
what I'm
peace.
doing. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the same, God.
you
That's
know.
that's that's the same.
So that's what it looks like to me. You know, it's so many different examples. I don't want to give everything up early, but because we still got some more questions to answer. But that's what it looks like to me, though. Like it looks like, from my own personal experience, like just having some compassion for understanding what people got going on, you know. But I'm definitely not going to be humble if I'm not with it. Like if I don't agree with, or it doesn't pertain to me, then I'm going to still be in my own little space. I think everybody does that. You know?
Was compassion even part of any of that?
No, I threw that in there because that's what humble looks like to me. Humble looks like having some compassion, some consideration. You know, it doesn't look like anything that this definition, you know, like the way we use it in casual, because people think that it is. People think that humble has to do with being compassionate, has to do with being sensitive and caring about other people's stuff. But it doesn't at all. You
Nah.
know, it does say respectful, okay? But it's officers who come out the academy who get respect, but they don't get respected as a person.
Yeah, it's that badge.
You know, So like respect, first of all, respect is given. All right. Respect ain't always earned because sometimes, especially in the military, you have to give the respect. Period. All right. And that officer enlisted instructed, you're going to salute. It's a custom and a courtesy. So that's a respect. You have to give that. All right. It's not necessary though in order to respect everybody. You don't have to respect everybody that's like the person in the uniform, the actual human being, but you
Mm,
have to respect the rank. So
correct.
so because that's a formality, I think so many people get introduced to even just respect um in hood form to where it's like, it's always this violence aspect of it, or this you disrespecting me, or and it's overly emotional. So
Correct.
so it doesn't even get to get analyzed or assessed from a place where like there's no emotion involved, like the example I just used, because like it's no emotion involved when you just rendering a hand salute because you have to give that respect.
Call it the whatever salute.
Like there's no, it's only like when that's your home girl or that's your man, then it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
then it's love there. But that's beyond respect there. And it's not even about being humble. Like it ain't humble yourself and salute. Like you have to do it.
You have to do it. Period.
you know
You get chewed out if you don't.
yeah, yeah, you
You
can get
get
chewed out.
chewed out if you don't.
So
Have
so
to do
that's
it.
why I look at the humble in a place of like, just me, because they say unassuming, right? They say to be humble is to be unassuming, um, unpresuming. But I would have to assume in a situation where if you just don't know something, I would have to assume you don't know it because you're articulating it, you're expressing it, your actions are reflective. So how am I supposed to assume you don't know some shit when you're doing some shit that look like you don't know what you're doing? Like, how am I supposed to unassume that? So I'm supposed to be humble about that. I'm supposed to be humble, like you doing this absolutely wrong. And I'm just supposed to keep letting you be wrong.
Yeah. So basically, what you saying is what humble should be, as far as like, because like, so I think the definition should change because that definition is like
It's
like
not how people are using it socially.
it should have some compassion in there, right? And because people are using it thinking it means some compassion on some level on both sides, right? Like don't hurt my feelings, but it's really on some old get down, bow down, like don't raise higher than this, don't come out this situation faster than me type stuff, right? Like it's that whole crabs in a barrel kind of thing, right? Like everybody say, crabs don't belong in a barrel, but they also say, think about the crabs not pulling each other down, but they trying to get out as well, right? And if everybody's trying to survive, you're just trying to get out the best way that you can.
Right. They say Google said having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
That's terrible.
So that's why I'm like,
That's
I'm gonna act
terrible.
like I ain't important. Like
That's terrible. Nah, bro. Like not that. Don't tell me to be humble. Like like
having or
like
showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Like
come on,
that's
son.
that's what Google give you right off the top. So I'm like,
Yo,
nah, I'm
first of
not gonna
all,
be humble.
as a if you are a husband or a father, by that definition alone, you can't be humble, right? Because you got my house to feed, right? Like whether you are the provider in your household or not, as a man, you still feel the same way because that's what's been put into all of our heads on what men are supposed to do, right? And even those things are crazy and need to be um reconciled, right? Because that's bananas too. But there's no way that you can be a man and be humble because you got mouths to feed, you got things to accomplish, right? You got goals to get to. So first time
Agreed.
you first time you hear your baby say, "Daddy, I'm hungry," or your significant other say, "So we not eating tonight either." Man, get out of here. Some gotta move, right? Some gotta move.
Right. Right.
That's not humble.
Right. You know, or it's just yourself and you saying, you know what, I don't want to eat fast food no more. I'm eating Wagyu when I eat steak. You know, I'm eating crab legs and lobster tail when I do it. That's my diet. So you still have to prepare yourself. You have to plan. You have to execute. You know, and get yourself to be able and to be in a place to be able to afford and maintain those things. And none of that has to do with being unassertive.
Because there's no way that you can want Wagyu and that be your diet and not have a Wagyu job.
Right. And be modest. How? And be submissive. How? I'm gonna submit to my plan, to my goal.
I'm gonna submit to my plan. I'm gonna submit to my goals, but not to somebody else. Like that sounds horrible.
Not to somebody else telling me you don't need to eat like that. Why you want to eat like that? Why you? It's people starving. It's people. So it's we in America. It's soup kitchens, welfare, churches, food drives.
Mad ways to eat.
Just ask the immigrants. Trust me, they getting a bag.
Getting the bag. Mad ways to eat, right? So
okay.
So yeah, like don't compare me to people around the world. Like now we here, right? Like let's stay focused and deal with our problems, right? Because it's precedent.
Right. Like we right here. You know what I'm saying? Right here. People quick to be like, well, they ain't eating in Africa. Like, have you been over there and missed a meal? Just once. Have you visited there and then didn't stay in a nice hotel and went with those people that are starving, and you did anything but just roll through there and saw them like people at the zoo? Did you go and chill with them? You know what I'm saying? And make friends and see how you can help somebody? Or did you ride through there looking at it like, dang, the projects ain't as bad as they make it seem?
Yeah.
If only our kids could see this and realize how good they got it.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to digress because I ain't being humble enough for the people who have it. I might be hurting some of their feelings, God. You know what I'm
yo, man. Let them be hurt.
You know,
right? Because you ain't say because I'd have challenged you if you'd have said something crazy.
I know, but I'm just saying,
like, so you ain't say that crazy.
Is it supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that too much? Am I not being humble enough because I'm sharing the truth with people? I done been to these places and seen that, done that. You know what I'm saying? And done some different things too. So I understand, like, and I got full comprehension. And I'm only using my experiences in certain places that I went. I could not go.
Listen to what you said, bro. That's that thing, right? Like I said before, like Cass is looking at you, looking at me, looking at like and because they know where we came from and those humble beginnings, right? They want to maintain that image of us. And so whenever we start talking, it's like because we're supposed to stay where we at, bro. We're not supposed to go above that. We're not supposed to rise above, right? People want you to suffer with them, right? So they can talk, to have something to talk about, somebody to talk to, right? Instead of improving their situation, so they can have not better conversations, but different conversations with different people, right? About different things. Right, and instead of the same old scam likely stuff, right? Like, you know, it's that's what I'm saying, man. I ain't with it. I ain't with it.
Yeah, humble.
I ain't with it.
I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like that humble thing, looking at the definition of humble, having or showing
I've never
a
seen that
modest.
before. I've never looked it up before, bro, until today, and I just been going off of what I've been getting the feel of the word, and just the feeling of the word has disgusted me. Now,
Yeah,
now,
right,
now,
right.
now reading this, it's like, man, yeah.
Yeah, like having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Like how? Real quick before we go to the second question, we share this story. Like I was in the Coast Guard and 23 years, almost 23 years, not quite 23, but but I always say 23. I just round up. But I was at a unit for a month. Okay, for 1 month. And I was told two things. I was told that I need to be more humble. I need to humble myself if I want to be here. And I was told a monkey could do my job. Okay. So to that point, all I had been doing was busting my ass and trying not to do no wrong. Because like I said, I was there for a month. The way I came into the unit, it was a bad situation, not for me, for the person I was replacing. And, so I was coming in there like trying to be, the knight in shining armor. However, there was already a disdain for people like me. All right. So I still went in there with a positive attitude, still went in there like, being very assertive. Okay. Being very respectful. All right. Trying to make sure that everything that I'm required to do, I'm doing it right, or I'm learning how to do it right, on the job. So I don't give myself too many times to mess up and be having to learn something over again. Right. But in that, I was only there for a month. And when you look at how long I was there for the month, after the person told me I need to humble myself and then told me a monkey could do my job, okay, I knew that was not going to be for me. So I left that place. I left that unit. All right. And I did not humble myself. I didn't humble myself if when the person told me you need to humble yourself and a monkey could do your job, that was the point right there for me to make a decision. Okay. Outside of me sitting there watching myself pick that chair I was in and smack him in his head with it and then bash all his teeth out his mouth and bust his head to the white meat.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
thinking.
saying?
Good job,
Like,
last 23 years.
but that was a unit for a month. So you have to understand, like, sometimes people trigger these things inside of you, but then you realize the bigger picture. You actually have self-control, because look at what are you going to let this person have that much control over you to ruin everything you got now? So where we chilling, baby, we kicking back, we retired, we got some disabilities, but you know what I'm saying? We enjoying ourselves. We Cigar Sundays live, So I ain't know that this was gonna happen then. But during that situation, that wasn't even a humbling experience for me.
Sound angering to me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't even a humbling experience for me. And all I did was say, my power is using what this person said to not have to go be the best version of myself for this person. And that's what I did. And that right there, maybe it humbled them. I don't know. I don't care. But I tell you one thing, I know when we got in front of some people that were ranking as equally high as that person, because this one I was like I think I was an E3. I mean, E3. I might have been an E4 at that time. But like, man, this guy did not deny what he said. He told them what he said. And I was sitting there like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So that
telling you to be humble. Right?
Yeah, telling me to be humble. And then he got right there and he was sitting among, we was in man, I never forget that shit, guy. I was with Chief Young. I hope Chief Young's still around. Chief Young, wherever you at, shout out to you. She was a sister, man. She was a good chief. And she asked him, and along with his warrant and some other people that was in there, man. And he was like, yeah, I said it. And guess what happened to him? Nothing. It was okay for him to talk to me like that.
Yeah.
To tell me a monkey could do my job. And that's when I was just like, wow, like this shit crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all trying to make a nigga catch a charge up in here.
What's crazy is that didn't start to not be okay until like around 2004.
Shit. Well, that might have been for the other branches.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, no, I'm talking about like talking to people like that, right? Like, because I remember, because 96, like, yeah, like you was definitely getting whatever they felt was you was feeling it. All right, 2000, it started to get like a little lighter, but it was still kind of, at least this the Navy, right? Like, you know,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was Navy, but around 2004, I seen like a total shift where it was super passive aggressive, where like it was like, this is definitely a new Navy, right? Like I'm not used to having to read between the lines. Like I don't know what you mean. Like it was crazy. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, but definitely those E3 days for me, yeah, it was a lot of, you need to humble yourself. You arrogant. You need to remember your place. Right? You from Brooklyn. like you should not. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely one of them things where I think that if you are a person who is self-confident, who is assertive, who is a doer, you know, then you're not gonna be with the humble talk. You're just not gonna be with the humble talk. Like
can't do stuff and be humble.
Yeah, like I mean, I can't have a low estimate of my own importance. Like I have to value myself, even if you don't. I don't even care if you're trying to do it as a psychological thing to trick me into having more value for myself. Like, dang, how we gonna start off? You know, like the tear down to build you up thing. Like, nah, we not even doing that. Okay. Like we can do that physically as far as you out of shape. Yeah, you need to get in shape, bro. You know, but when it comes to mentally, we need to feed. You don't tear down to feed.
Yeah.
You know, you need to introduce the positive parts, the good stuff, the good food, the good fruit. That stuff need to be introduced because clearly a person don't know it, or else they would be doing something else. And then when you realize if they do know it and then they still choose not to, okay, then they just being lazy. They're humble.
They're humble. and I was just thinking that, right? Like the people that are lazy, right? And saying that they don't want to humble themselves are actually in fact humble in reality already, right? They are delusional and don't know it. like they turn it. Like somebody would turn down somebody that's unemployed will turn down a job that they apply for because they don't think is enough money. Like they ain't making no money, but a job they apply for they'll get, and they're not take it because it's not making enough money. They'll wait for something better to come along, and thinking that that's crazy.
Man, they better learn to eat rocks. So. You know, I ain't gonna tell them to kick rocks. They might need to put them in a pot and soak them for a little bit. But
get the minerals.
Get the minerals, yes, indeed. So, second question tonight: is humble a positive or negative personality trait? Based on our definitions. What you think, God?
Based on all those synonyms, um,
Meek.
resigned, unassertive, shy, naive, timid. Um, so like you see, it says unaffected. Like that's interesting because somebody who's unaffected usually gets praised, right? As being, somebody that's unbothered. People want to be like that person. So to see that that's akin to humble, like that person in most people's mind has so much confidence in themselves that they're unaffected with mundane BS. So that's interesting how we misapply and and switch it around, right? Like it's just nah, so it's all negative. Right. I'm looking for
Unaggressive. Reserved. Yielding. Naive. Some of these things. Some of these things are positives. I just think that it's how it's applied. Like being quiet sometimes is good. Listen more
see
than
now,
you speak.
and I don't think being compliant is humble. Like I think that's just what it is. Like you just I don't know, right? Like it's definitely not negative. Like being compliant is not negative. Because you got to comply to the work environment to get paid. You got to comply to school, society, and all that other crap. Hell, you got to comply to your mom's rules.
Right.
You know.
Right. I gotta comply to paying that water bill and that electric bill and that mortgage and any of these other things that we got. I gotta comply with paying that car insurance, and you know what I'm saying. So if you want to maintain these things, then yeah, you have to be compliant.
So I think I'm looking at it now, and the thesaurus in Merriam-Webster's says
Hmm.
as in humble, not having or showing any feelings of superiority.
Right.
I think everything. I think superiority, feelings of superiority, is where it's all about, right? I think that's
Well, they also say self-assertiveness, though.
yeah, but I don't think people think about that part. I think self-assertiveness makes people feel like you think you're superior. I think if people calling you showy, I think that's because they think you feel like you're superior. Right.
Like show off.
Yeah.
He always showing off. So what's that like? So what's that like? He always dressing nice.
He's
They
always dressing nice.
they always got. They always riding something good.
Yeah,
They
like it's
always traveling. They always
yeah,
doing this. They always
yeah,
doing that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what's up? So we
It
supposed to
sounds
humble ourselves and sit at
it
home,
it
not
sounds it sounds negative the way that people are saying it, but it's just them saying it, right? Like it's just like you said, they always traveling, like because y'all live within your means, and you actually set goals and you budget traveling that
facts.
that you can afford to travel.
Yeah,
Like
it's not just spin the
you
globe.
you literally can afford to travel because you actually take the time to budget it and plan it out. But a lazy person, who's a person who's waiting for money to fall from the sky, or all their resources to be met without them having to do anything, right? Like I said, a person that's unemployed, that's applying for work, that is turning down jobs that they apply for because they're saying they don't make enough money. And I'm saying, like, how much more money do you need to make if you're not making no money?
How much more do you need to make if you on zero, right?
Eh?
is,
Eh?
is that a trick question?
So it's crazy, bro. Like, cause it's not a aha. It's a because I'm saying take the job that you apply for better jobs while you got this one. Meanwhile, you stacking this check or paying your bills until something better comes along, instead of sitting there waiting until something better comes along and then be like, yeah, it finally paid off. Like
Hmm.
like that's terrible. That's not terrible, but it's unnecessary, right? Because you have outs, you have options that you're just not optioning, right? Like you're just not.
It's definitely they definitely not optioning those options. That's for real. They definitely not doing that.
So yeah, I think it's all negative, bro. Yeah, because even again, feeling superior, I don't know, man. That's tough, right? Because when people think, even when I think about the word superior, I think on some Hitler type, we gotta kill people and because they different from us kind of thing, and um, I don't know, man. It's negative. Like it's
They do have sheepish in here. They have sheepish as one of the
yeah, yeah,
correlating words.
yeah.
Another one is introverted. That's something that is surprising. Because I never would have correlated introvertedness to being humble. But cowering, you know,
Yeah,
what is that? Cringing
yeah. Mousy,
and naive.
over modest. See, I think that's interesting that there's a over modest. So modest in itself is not humble. Over modest is being humble.
Well, they have modest in that same group of words
Did I miss it?
at the top next to meek.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they putting them as two birds of the same feather. I guess it's just levels to it where you can be over modest.
God damn.
I guess that's sorry. That's weak. soft.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh
Like,
no, shy. They say shy, timid.
yeah, I was Jazz was here, man, because
And none of
it
these.
sounded like she had some defense for this.
Now I know she had some insight for it. I wanted to be able to share. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But
Bashful.
But definitely, is humble a positive or negative personality trait?
All negative.
I mean, in my opinion, I'm misunderstood with it. I'm split down the line because it seems that humble has to have some of these things that correlate to humble don't appear bad to me, like all the way bad, like being quiet. Being quiet is not something. Being simple. Now, this is me saying these words without actually knowing what the dictionary defines these words as. This is only me correlating them to humble right now as we're reading it. And they say as in meekness, not having or showing any feelings of superiority, self-assertiveness, or showiness. I think anybody who does not have or show any feelings of superiority, self-assertiveness, or some form of showiness, is weak. Just in my opinion, because I feel like not even a fit. I'm reading it right here because they correlating this to feelings of superiority.
It's feelings, right? That's tough.
Yeah. So I'm saying that you should have feelings of superiority. You should feel like I'm worth something. You should feel like you have value. Okay. You should feel like that it's things that you above doing. Because if you don't have things that you feel like you're above doing, for me, then you liable to do some shit. You liable to do anything because you don't really have no standards for yourself. That's what that looks like for me when I read this and say a feeling of not having or showing any feelings of superiority.
Yo, God, you know what? I think what's missing with that, because I'm rocking with you, and I go back to the lazy person who feels superior, um, and self-assertive, that's not actually doing anything, or not deserving of, right? So in what we've talked about this evening, we talked about athletes. We talked about people that work real hard, that went through super duper training regimens, and or they did a lot of training and they came in first. And we talked about that person. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you and your mama too,
Right.
right? Um, that person has done all of the work that to get them to where they are, and are in position to do that, right? I think if you are not in position of your greatest potential, and you are feeling hoity-toity and feeling proud and feeling I'm the shit and I'm this, I think that's I think words are missing. I think, right? Because I think I think if you trained and you won, that's great. I think if you didn't train and you complaining that somebody else won, or you like, oh, I could have did better, or this and that, and like, I don't know, man. I just think if you didn't do the work, then you don't get to brag about how good you used to be back in high school. Like what you doing right now, though.
How good you used to be in high school. Oh man.
like, like, but can you still ball today?
Today, right?
Right? Like we put money on it. Can like
How
can
long? How long ago? What's the cutoff limit? Like who's the person we having this conversation with? Because
that's what I'm saying, right? Like,
because if it's Dr. J or Kareem, then you gotta cut him some slack. You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
But if it's somebody who like, you know, 35 and they ain't at the big three, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like come
Like
on, man.
somebody like Dr. J, Kareem, and them shouldn't get any challenges from any non-professional. Somebody like
Right.
from like if you're not on there, if you don't have the rings and the accolades that they got, like they shouldn't have to listen to anybody
Yeah,
that's not on their level, because nobody else knows what it takes to do that.
that's right.
And it's not fair, in my opinion, for us to be judging somebody who actually did the work, and how they celebrated too much. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like,
You did the
like,
work. You celebrate how you want, man.
like they did that though. Like old girl Shakari, in the last joint, when she looked over, like that's fire. Like,
Yeah,
she's like that was fire, right? And people want to talk bad about his bad sportsmanship or whatever. But I'm like, but these competitors, you don't know what kind of relationship that these competitors have with each other, right? We just see them running against each other on the track, but they might be friends. They might be like real rivals, that real competitive rival. They and they might have needed each other to, what I'm saying, to be each other's boost or whatever, right? But sitting in the stands or watching it on TV, I'm an asshole talking about, oh, she shouldn't have did that. They should deduct some seconds off of that, because that was just mean of her. Right? She shouldn't have won in such a fashion. Nah. She won because she won.
right. So like, is she not humble because because she knew she had won she knew she was out there she was on a thou wow. She was way past 10, and she said, I'm gonna look over there because I know ain't nobody over there.
Ain't nobody over there.
Cause ain't nobody over, cause I'm really out. I'm hurt. I'm really out here doing this.
And I'm about to
And this
confirm it.
And this what I came to do. Like this what I showed up to do here today. I've been practicing. I ain't been smoking because y'all tripping because girl like the little cannabis. You know what I'm saying? So y'all really want me to be on it? Okay, then let me be me and let me do me. Let me show out. And she's showing out. So now she's supposed to be humble. Now she's supposed to be, you know, not having any feelings of superiority or self-assertiveness or showiness. That's what she's supposed to be doing. She's supposed to be meek about it.
Or your boy, the 100, what's his name, Noah Lyles, right? He came in first in the 100, but I want to say second or third in like the 200 or something like that, and everybody was trying to drag him, right, and made him come up with an excuse, told him that he had COVID the night before or something like that. That's why he ran so slow.
And he came up with an excuse.
Yeah, and he came up with an excuse, and I'm like, but bro, like you still medal, like you still, like you
I
like
wouldn't have came up. I lost. You know,
I was
I got a goal in this one and I lost in the other one. Like,
I was
you
the
know,
fastest man in the world yesterday.
right? Like,
And I left it all on the track yesterday. And I came out here and I came in second or third today, or I lost all out today.
yeah, I lost. I didn't. If I was going after one,
And I
number
didn't get
one,
one. I lost.
I lost.
I won yesterday, but I lost today.
I lost. Who gets a parade for silver medals and bronze medals? Do you think that they come back and, oh, y'all won the bronze medal? We got to shut it down like the Super Bowl for all these bronze medal winners.
Yo, so not for nothing. In my naivety, I kind of thought that all the medal winners got the same parade. I ain't realized that. But now that you say it, they're not all from the same place, right? So they wouldn't get the same parade, right? Like that's your city doing that. So yeah, you're right. Like that's
It's only one gold medal. You know, like
I didn't think about it till you said it just now. Like
it's only one gold medal. You have to win all the competitions. Like when you see people up there, when we seen them out there in the 70s when they was doing the thing, they had all won gold in their prospective sport, in their prospective competitions. So it's only one gold medal. It ain't no second place. You know, there is a medal for second place and third, but they still a lot of losers.
they still are losers. Yeah.
The second place just beat the third.
Yeah. All right. And I'm like, I agree with you, bro. I wouldn't have came up with no excuse, right? Because
I'll run better next time. You know,
I'll run better next time, right? Like
that's it.
That's it, right? Like you don't have to. Oh man, it's because he was wearing better sneakers, or it's because they didn't let me into the spot and I couldn't sleep last night, or like what happened? Tell us why you didn't win. Because they won, and I gotta train better, harder, whatever, right? Like
right. Everybody likes a good story.
Yeah, they want to know. Oh man, I didn't win because X, Y, and Z. My mother got sick, and I was thinking about it, and then I stubbed my toe, and I ain't because it's a race, I ain't want to call it off because I gotta show up for my fans and show up for my country, So I ran as fast as I could, as hard as I can, and while I was running on this messed up toe, I just had a feeling that my mom's was gonna be better, and just as that, right, I had this like tinge in my damn Achilles.
Is this 60 minutes or is this at the podium? Which one is this? The little quick mic, like how you feel about the run, or is this the 60 minutes special? Because it's like, man, what? Yeah, keep you, man, telling people, man, I came out here, I whooped everybody's ass. They couldn't nobody beat me. I was faster than everybody, and we're gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again.
Like live in a moment for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you earned it, and when everybody don't win the 100-meter or the 100-yard dash in the Olympics, or you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, that's a big thing. That you go in world history. You go into the Olympic world record books. Like that's going in the archive somewhere, That'll be here 500-600 years from now.
Yeah.
So now we have video of it, right? Yeah. So unless it gets altered somehow, I'm like, turn up.
Right. Yeah, let me get autism.
Yeah, you know, like if in 500 years from now, humility, humbleness is,
Yeah, right.
if, yeah,
They make everybody be humble, and they take out all the
it's
parts where
law.
yeah, they take out all the parts where you're not showing humility, and it's
Yeah,
just you just smiling and waving, right?
yeah, like you can barely smile in public. Like is smiling legal? Yes, but it has to be
Yeah, because you're
has
showing
to
too
be
many teeth.
a slight grin. It can't be a Kool-Aid smile, right?
You gotta be a little sad, right? You cannot have had a great day.
Yeah, you can't look too happy because it may make somebody else who doesn't feel good about their day.
God damn, that's terrible. What you just said. That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's people like that. Why you always smiling? Like, damn. Like,
Yeah.
why I'm always smiling? Like, why you always so mad and so tight and
Yo,
upset?
and the reason why we can drag this the way that we can is because it's based off of feelings, though.
Humbleness. Oh,
Yeah,
humble, yeah.
right. It's based off of feelings, right? It's not necessarily real. Because if you can say what is showing off too much, then that means there is no definition of what showing off or celebration looks like, right? Like whatever you do is what you do. You know,
I think so.
like spiking the football, I guess, used to was a penalty at one point, right? And then it became
They even had to dance with it.
yeah, this
The icky shuffle,
yeah,
But Icky
right. That
Woods had the
that
shuffle.
that he got fined at first because they was like, oh, he's not being humble, he's being disrespectful, and then it turned into a thing because he kept on doing it. It's like, nah, it's icky shuffle, and it's like it's a whole thing.
It's a whole cultural experience.
A whole cultural. Now everybody that's running on the block, you do the icky shuffle, right?
Yeah.
Because that's why you out there playing. You're not just playing. Like you really got dreams that you're gonna be in the NFL one day, right? Play,
Right.
right? You be thinking about stuff like that, right?
And that isn't low to me. That isn't low. That isn't belonging to a class of people of low social or economic rank. To me, that is saying like I want to aspire to do the icky shuffle, to be Icky Woods. So I can't do that being humble, belonging to the low class people or to the people with no money. I can't do that. I can't think on that level. If I think on that level, then how will I aspire to that greatness? Because it ain't it's only one Icky Woods.
Yeah.
It's only one Icky Shuffle.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of, we have a lot of other people that we could name that follow in that same thing. But like, hey, it's only one Muhammad Ali. It's only one Floyd Mayweather. No
matter how much you like him, no matter how much you hate him, no matter is only the one. And
yeah, and I ain't see humble in none of they makeup.
You cannot win and be humble. Everything we read today, like literally said you can't do that.
I ain't see humble in none of they makeup.
Nah.
But I do hear people suggesting that people be humble. Like, man, you need to humble yourself. Why? I need to come down to your level? Is that insulting? If I tell somebody, if somebody tell you, here we go. Let's go to the third question right here. Bring this up. It's suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, helpful, or disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
It's suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, helpful, or disrespectful. What you think, God?
Disrespectful. Disrespectful. Disrespectful.
So I tell you, Mr. Dawoodale, you need to be a little bit more humble. Like you thinking that you knowing everything or you doing this or this. You really should try to be a little bit more humble. It'll help you get further.
It helps.
It'll help you get further. Look how I tried to sell it to you. It'll help you get. Oh, humble, help me get further. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good. As when I sell my produce, I actually got customers that I've stopped selling to because they've said things like that to me. And I remember the sign that I see in a lot of stores that we have the right to reserve who we sell to, right? And I like that because I ain't gotta listen to you. I'm not gonna listen to you, right? You are absolutely looking for something from me. And if I got it and you don't have it, how dare you, or no, how dare me listen to the have not tell me anything,
Man.
right? Like if I have it and you're coming over here to get it, what are you telling me besides thank you?
Right. Other than thank you, what are we talking about?
What are we talking about, right? Why do I have to, I think about the fighters, right? And how everybody, like, they can't, they gotta be meek outside, right? Because anything else, people get scared of 'em, right? So they have to always look unassuming. They have to look. They can only be aggressive inside the ring, right? They can only look menacing and tough inside the ring. I think was it in a boxer? Somebody broke into their house and they wound up knocking them out or something like that. And that wasn't a boxer. It was a LL Cool J, I think it was. You know what I'm saying?
What else say?
Mama said knock you out. It's like, I don't know. It's just crazy, man. Like I don't know. I'm anti humble. I'm anti somebody telling me that I should not feel proud of myself. I should not be self inspiring, self satisfying. I should not. What else? What else I shouldn't do? They telling me I should be timid. I should be unassertive. I should be acquiescent, right? I should be compliant, which I don't have a problem with being compliant if I'm in a submissive position or submissive role, right? If I'm at work and I'm an employee, I have to be compliant to all the rules and regulations of the organization. Otherwise, I won't get a paycheck anymore,
That's
right? And then I would have to be compliant to the rules and regulations of the unemployment process.
facts.
Otherwise, I won't get unemployment
Mm-hmm.
anymore, right? So compliant, is right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not right. I don't know, man. I just like mousy and self-deprecating. Like I'm not interested in stuff like that. So telling me to be those things, telling me that, because essentially you telling me that being a man from Brooklyn, from the projects, that I should have never started growing any fruits or vegetables. I should have never aspired to be self-sufficient and to teach self-sufficiency. I should have never even thought about writing down my process and put it in book form and make it accessible. And then what I've heard is that in my book, when they read it, it sounds like I'm talking to them. It don't sound sophisticated. It sounds too regular, right? So I get a whole bunch of judgment. I'm like, yeah, but did you actually do anything that I'm saying to do in it, right? Because that's what's important.
Right. So it shouldn't be difficult to comprehend.
Because I'm speaking real regular.
Right. Like it's not a novella. It's not a novel. You know, it's a really like a DIY, you know,
Get it together.
it's the instruction manual, you
Right.
know. So yeah, people are idiots, you know.
Right. So for those people, again, the people that are hungry to come to the farmer and tell me anything about farming, when all they got is excuses for why they can't grow or not gonna grow. I'm not interested in hearing any of that. Right? That's all disrespectful.
He said that's all disrespectful
It's
guy.
all disrespectful. I can't think of a situation where it's not like um but it'd be different, right? Like it'd be different if we was talking about if I was saying like, yo, son, I'm the best chef in the world. I cook better than chef than DB chef, right? I'm the best chef, and I don't even know how to sharpen a knife for real. Like, and actually, you actually seen me do it one time, and I cut myself. Right, right, like.
But I be like, well, maybe he can cook. He can't sharpen a knife, but maybe he, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Like get you a band-aid and a glove, and you know. But
You know what I'm saying?
we gonna see where you end up at. You know,
But
we gonna go the whole
you
distance.
know, I'm assuming, and I'm assuming that everybody else is also assuming that I'm talking shit. Like I know that I'm not the chef, but I do have intentions on going ahead and cooking up something, right? I think I'm assuming that everybody's also assuming that I'm only just, you know, but to only have criticism for everything and not even be willing to go in there and bubble a pot. I think that makes you an asshole, right? Like, telling somebody to humble themselves is crazy, bro. I can't think of nothing else besides negative things about it. I can't think of a positive. That's why I need my sister on here to tell me, because it looked like she had examples. All right. Because I ain't got none. All I got is,
Yeah.
all I see is pain.
Well, pardon me. Well, pardon me if I should be humbling myself by not saying this, but she got to show up in order to get the questions asked. So, you know,
Right?
you know, and I don't know if that was not humbling enough or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's the truth because everybody do. Anybody who got an opinion, we welcome y'all, man. Pull up, especially our panelists. Please pull up. But definitely, when we looking at is suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, help is suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, helpful, or disrespectful. You know, I'm gonna say, based on our definitions, based on learning and having a better understanding of this word, the context of how it's used, correlating words, synonyms, I'm gonna definitely say that it's disrespectful. Like that's my newfound thing where like somebody is like, you know, you need to be more humble. Like they might get told to, you know, they might get a few choice words, you know, if I don't just completely ignore them all the way. And that's just because like I can't like literally, like sometimes we say, you know, don't say you can't, don't say, you know, but it's certain things I cannot do. Like I cannot not have pride. You know, I cannot not be assertive. I cannot reflect, like be reflecting, you know, like I have to self-reflect.
And everybody should.
You know, I cannot be insignificant to things that are significant to me. um when it says not costly or luxurious, you know, man, I like some luxurious shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't all way across every single aspect of my life. All right, there's balance, but I don't care. You know, like if I can, like he was talking about taking that trip, if I can afford the flight in first class, believe me, I paid for it. So I'm gonna sit my ass in first class. I don't give a shit about the people in the back of the plane. Should I be humble and be like, oh well, how about if they feel like, well, if the plane crashed, the people in the front of the plane die first anyway. So you know what I'm saying?
Yo, so
Like,
in that situation, like so if you got first class, would the humble thing be let everybody else that's not in first class get on the plane first? Right? Because that's one of the perks of being first class is
hell no. Nah. No. You sit in the back, you get your ass on last in the back. Maybe I'm being pretentious about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being pompous. You know what I'm saying? I've been told that. I had a cousin tell me, you're pompous. And he actually thought he was insulting me. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but I'm gonna go look it up since you the first person, since I have coexisted and cohabitated around other people from different ethnicities, and nobody has ever called me that. You know what I'm saying? And all my level of ignorance and knowledge, you know, nobody has ever called me that. So when he called me that, I was like, okay. I didn't know how to. I didn't have no feeling. I ain't know how to feel about it. I was like, damn, should I be offended or should I not? Or should I be like, this nigga don't even know what that word mean? You know what I'm saying? He just trying to use some shit because he trying to insult me. He trying to try to insult me. Like I give a shit about his insults. You know what I'm saying? And I said, so let me go look it up. And then when I talked back to him, I said, oh yeah, I'm all that. I said, I am that. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for adding to my vocabulary.
Yeah. Thank you for identifying something that I didn't know that I was.
Yeah.
You know, and it helped me actually research about more why I am this way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's unfortunate that you have a problem with it, you know, but you don't determine anything in my life. So
Correct.
I still love your family, but you know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, like you don't count, you know, because you're not helping me do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're not working together doing nothing. We're not on a team of any type, you know.
When you when
So
you when you read earlier about of low costing and stuff like that, just like you said, right? I think it's all about being able to afford. Like I think they're only talking about when you can afford it, right? You shouldn't be buying expensive stuff because you shouldn't live outside your means, right? But I don't think that means you shouldn't buy the couch that you want. I don't think it means that
yeah.
you shouldn't buy the car that you want. I don't think it means you shouldn't buy the house that you want. Like I don't think it means any of those things. I think it only means that you shouldn't buy something because somebody else has it that you can't afford to buy. Like you're not in position to be able to pay for it. Like if it's gonna hurt, then you can't afford it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course, but that's a person. That's no financial discipline. You know what I'm saying? That's no budget. That's not being,
Yeah.
um, you know, I guess we could correlate that to humble in the not costly or luxurious. But what if I wait till it's on sale? You know, what if it's a
Mhm.
$5,000 sofa, you know,
Yeah.
that I see and I just wait for it to be on sale because I seen it at
Yeah.
you know, I seen it at somebody's house or something like that, or I seen it on what's the shows, the homes shows, the
It,
home
you know,
network. So
yeah.
I seen it on the house network on one of the shows, and they were doing this and that, and I seen it. So I went and I looked at it, and it's a $5,000, $6,000 sofa. Okay. The humble thing for me to do at that point is to be mindful of is to be submissive of my finances,
100%.
you know, and know that you can't afford this right now. Okay, now there's a place where I can humble myself in a lower expectation form, where I say, okay, I need to form a plan because I like this, I want it, but I need to work myself up
And I
to
think
get
that's
it.
I think that's the only place it applies is in that space. That right that you just said, right? And that's just what you call it, financial literacy.
And that's just financial literacy.
That's
Like,
just being disciplined, like that's just
yeah, like I
that's
might have a credit card, I could go swipe it and put it on, but then like, what
yeah,
was the point if like, okay, if I didn't want
yeah,
to say, okay, let me not be costly. Let me be a little frugal with it. Let me say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna watch it for a little bit because I
correct.
already ain't had a sofa, so I don't need one now, right? And then if it's the one I want and I get it at the price that is accommodating to my budget, then you know what I'm saying. Then I won. Then I really won. Then I was assertive. You
You
know,
was everything not humble
yeah, I was everything not humble. I was
because you really won. Like you waited, right? Like you looked around, right? Like you shopped around and you look for deals, right? And it came through in your price range and it's like bang, and now you're comfortable.
right. But it wasn't like, oh, I got to have it right now, or else, you know,
I'm not cool.
yeah, or so for our question, third question, is suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, helpful, or disrespectful. I really think that it's disrespectful in that context because people don't know what the word truly means. There's this is it bad, good, or misunderstood? Humble is very misunderstood
Definitely.
based on the way I'm familiar with it in American culture, how we use the word and how we refer to it, how we allude to it, using it in context with other people by telling people they need to be humble, um, without any other uh information behind it. It's just like you need to humble yourself. Like you just supposed to automatically know what that means, you know. And I think that came from the church too. Um,
That chiefly southern, like that's more plantation stuff, right? Like
where you just need to be humble. Well, you just need to humble yourself. I just need what? What do you mean? What? Humble myself for what? About what? But they don't even know what the word is. They think the word means, you know, and I think that a lot of people think the word means that you need to be submissive. I do think that they use it in lieu of you need to be more submissive.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's always the context that I see people using this word socially. It's like, oh, you ain't humble enough. I saw a interview on I didn't watch the whole interview. It was a clip. It was a clip of a podcast. What's the brother name? Cam Newton, who used to play
Yeah.
football
Yeah.
for Carolina. Um Cam Newton podcast, he had Charleston White on there. And he said to Charleston White, he asked him about uh how he talks, his delivery
Mm-hmm.
about stuff. And um and and Cam Newton to me was referring to Charleston White needing to be more humble in his delivery. And he made a good point. He said, listen to all these rappers. I'm gonna kill this, I'm gonna kill that, I'm fucking your baby mother, I'm fucking this chick, I'm popping these pills. And you worried about my delivery? But you jam to that though. You jammed it, you turn that on, crank that up, let your kids listen to it
Mm-hmm.
and everything. But my delivery is fucked up. Because I'm being honest. So I need to be more humble. But it's okay for everybody else to make millions of dollars pushing bullshit, pushing poison. And I grew up on rap, grew up on hip hop, still love it to this day. You know what I'm saying? I'm selective
Super
because,
duper selective.
yes, but that's because I'm not out here doing all that stuff that, you know what I'm saying? So, like, to me, it's not even fun to listen to it It doesn't give me any peace of mind because that's not a tranquil place where I'm trying to go. Where like, you know, like if I put on some Scarface or something like that, some Ice Cube or something, you know, I understand what's going on in the music. Okay. I'm not trying to relive, you know, the
Anything.
lyrics.
No.
All right. Even
No.
though that may have been a mindset as a, you know, in my youth. So I get that part. But I also still had Tribe Called Quest. I also still had Leaders of the New School. I had Poor Righteous Teachers. You know, I had Special Ed. I got Dougie Fresh. You know what I'm saying? So, and the Get Fresh crew. So, you know, so you got different stuff that you can listen to. You know, your Biggie and all that. You got all that stuff you can listen to where you can just groove.
Yeah.
And it don't really put you in the mood, or you can party, have a good time, kid and play, where you can have a good time. And it's not about I'm trapping, I'm shooting, I'm on all these damn drugs, and I'm having sex with your woman. You know what I'm saying?
Not this chick or my girl, but
Yeah,
yours.
your woman. I want to smell your Jimmy wine. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't play enough to go get my own chick.
I gotta get yours.
You know what I'm saying?
To humble you.
To humble you.
To
Yeah.
make
Yeah,
you
I
feel
fucked, yeah, I fucked your bitch.
I
Like,
humbled you.
like, partner, if you fucked her, she wasn't mine.
100% not mine.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, how could I even be upset? Like, she wasn't mine. You know,
That's what I'm saying, right? Like cats be talking about like dudes like, yeah, I took your girl. I'm like, if I'm still pretty, I don't think you took nothing from me.
you ain't take nothing, dog. Like, she went with you. And
I think if you talk to her and she liked what you said, and one thing led to another, I think she made a decision. Like
that's it.
that's a decision. Like you ain't if you ain't rape her, like if you ain't take her by force, like if you ain't take her.
You ain't take nothing.
Right? Like
You ain't take nothing.
and if you with her thinking about taking something from me, like you really thinking about me, like, and that's crazy.
That's borderline
That's crazy, right? Like
homosexual. You know what I'm saying?
I say it's all the way homosexual, but
Yeah.
I know people are sensitive and they might tell me I need to humble myself, but I'm saying
Nah.
that
Nah. Nah. It is very borderline homosexual. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing that makes it not homosexual is the fact that they having sex with a woman.
the whole time thinking about this dude though.
Yeah, but you know,
That's crazy.
worried about what he gonna think. He don't know
Yeah,
I got her doing this and I got her
that's
doing. You thinking about me?
that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
yeah, that's pretty
It's
gay.
not manly. It's not manly. It's not a. It's not a.
Yeah,
It's that's humble, right? Because that's unassertive. That's no pride, right? Like that's all those things that you're demonstrating in your act of defiance or whatever, or your recklessness. Like yeah, so, yeah.
yeah.
People, it's definitely misunderstood and is a terrible word.
Terrible word, right?
Definitely misunderstood and is a terrible word because if people understood it, they wouldn't say it.
You absolutely wouldn't tell the person to be humble. You know,
You know what you would say, God.
unless you are specifically trying to get them to submit to something.
You know what you would say to a person, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it a little. I'm gonna take it to not opposite of submit, but I'm gonna say that the person has good intentions. Um, you would say you hurt my feelings. You would tell that person, hey man, are you saying that 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 you're better than me and I can't never be on your level? Like yeah, you're really asking this person, are they digging at you? And that's what you should say or ask, right?
Mhm.
Because what you say earlier about somebody called you pompous and you ain't know if you should be offended or not.
Right.
Like, you had
Right.
to go look it up. right?
Yeah.
And then when you looked it up, you're like, oh, I agree with that, right?
Right. Right.
Right? Like I think people their ignorance, if they don't understand it, like I don't understand what that is, but I'm gonna be offended because I don't understand, right? And instead of just saying I don't understand what that means, so I'm not gonna feel no way about it and just keep it moving, because if you were really trying to insult me, you wouldn't insult me, you would just assault me, and we would just be moving furniture, right? Like you wouldn't be trying to hurt my feelings.
If I cared,
That's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't be
cared,
trying to hurt my feelings. Like
if I cared, like real quick, like I'm gonna show you guys. Here we go, real quick. Pompous, right? Excessively elevated or, or ornate, having or exhibiting self-importance / arrogant, okay, relating to or suggestive of pomp or splendor, magnificent, okay.
That's special ed. You got a whole
So
song.
and then we had synonyms right here: arrogant, haughty, cavalier, high and mighty, high-handed, important, masterful, lordy, presumptuous, pretentious, superior, uppish, self-asserting. It's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch. I'm not going through all of them, but yeah, I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be excessively elevated. Because that's what we on. We trying to elevate every single day. We trying to get better. That's what getting better is about. If what the problem is people don't realize is that you die at the end of this.
Every single time.
You see what I'm saying? You die at the end of this.
Nobody
right?
makes it out alive.
So if my desire to be elevated, my desire to exhibit or having some self-importance, my desire to be of splendor, to try to be magnificent, offends you, fuck you then. Plain and simple.
2 times.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we only get one of these, man. And where's the help? Ain't no help. Ain't no help. It's what we get up and what we do every single day, what we put our energy into. So I'd be damned if somebody talking about you need to be
I'm not listening to it, bro. I'm not listening.
You need to be humble. You need to humble yourself. Humble yourself. God don't like ugly. God don't like you standing up here using a word that you don't know what the fuck it really means. How about that?
Yo, son, I would almost rather cats be like, yo, just let's run the fade than for them to tell me to be humble, because they're not gonna say the other thing. They're not gonna say I hurt their feelings. They're not gonna say what's real. So since they're not gonna say that, I think they should just start running the fade, right? Like just
like nah. You know what? Because I'm not even gonna get sweaty with a bum. And let me tell you this.
That's true.
I'm not getting sweaty with no bums.
That's
all
true.
right. And then let's just say, like,
that's
what's
true.
what's the significance if I beat you up, right? If I beat you up, then now what? Now do you want to kill me? Because you can't outthink me mentally, or you don't want to get on my mental level. And now physically, you can't beat me physically. So now you really just mad, and all you have left is to kill. That's all you have. You have no other option, because the option of learning from the person and building with the person, you completely devalue that automatically. That's why it had to be a fight. That's why it got physical.
Because they so hurt and they don't know how to process their feelings, right? Like you just winning, and they don't understand that you just got to put one foot in front of the other and keep doing that.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like imagine you get caught stealing from the store, right? And the person at the store don't call the police, but they call your mama or your daddy. All right. and then they ban you from the store, but then when you get home, you get your ass whooped and you get on punishment. What you gonna do now? You didn't get the annihilators and shit or the candy or whatever it was that you was stealing. All right. You came home, you probably barely just got food, dinner, because you out here stealing and acting like you ain't got shit to eat at the house. So we're gonna treat you like you ain't got shit to eat here. Okay, for this lesson for this evening. And you're gonna get your ass beat.
You're
and
gonna get a well whooped ass.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, now you tight. Then now the only good part about that is as a child, you're able to learn a lesson. You should be able to learn a lesson. As an adults out here, man, like spanking their ass, what is it gonna do?
Yeah.
They already gave up. They already too humble. They already too humble.
They like and because they humble, they want you to be humble too.
They want you to be humble too.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like say the truth.
Yeah.
Right. Like say how you feel, right? Like say how come you and not me? Right? Say how you feel, right? So we can get to some peace.
That's it.
Right? Because as long as you acting like you really are happy for me, but the whole time you hating is like, man, I really don't deserve it. Like that sucks. Like you ain't stand up. Like, nah, that sucks.
Now, and see, and I'm the type of person that'll tell somebody, I'm happy for you, but I don't think you deserve that. See, I'm honest about it. See, I tell you that. Because you shared something with me one time. You said that sometimes people got to go through something, and no, what you said was sometimes the people that go through the thing actually have more value from it than the people appreciate it more than the people who don't go through it. So the people who don't go through it won't understand the value of it because they never went through it. So I could still say to that person, yeah, I don't think you deserve that, because I know that people that went through it that don't even get that. So it's no way that you could go through a tenth, not even a tenth, like a 1% of what somebody done went through at 100% and get 100%. It's no way. You know what I'm saying? Not legitimately. Not that I think that you deserve it.
Yeah, you can get it, but not deserve it.
Yeah, you can get it. Oh yeah, it's obtainable.
Yeah.
You know, like we was talking about winning the race. Like you can cheat and win the race. You know what I'm saying? And if you're on my team, I'm gonna celebrate with you. But when we get in the locker room, I'm be like, I know you could. I know you took the shortcut though.
You gotta work on that.
You see what I'm saying? But you shouldn't be mad at me because I called you out for taking a shortcut. I'm on your team.
Correct.
I didn't go tell the judges. I didn't go tell the track commission. You know what I'm saying? I ain't try to blow your spot up. I'm like, we winning because I know whatever come with it. Now we gonna be able to build, right? But you a pussy, so you get hurt because of the truth, because somebody acknowledges and call you out. You know what I'm saying? And you want them to be humble as you are. Can't do that, bro. You can't do it, man. That's why I stay on pompous. That's why I stay elevated. I don't get offended by that shit. I'm gonna stay exhibiting self-importance. All right, because who the fuck else cares? Who else cares? Who gonna care about you more? The same reason why a person will take the shortcut is because they care about themselves more than anybody else, right? So they willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I understand the dynamics. I just live in a different truth where I'm like, I don't care because a criminal even knows when they committing crime.
That is wrong. That
is a person who is consciously aware. And if you ain't consciously aware, don't come around me talking that shit because I'm gonna call you out on it. Because you ain't living what you saying. You know what I'm saying? Your actions don't reflect your words. All right. And even if you do, I know people that'll do some fucked up shit and they ain't got to tell their business to everybody. It ain't everybody business.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you rocking with somebody, then hey, y'all might just share a conversation or whatever, and that's for y'all. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so it's like that code still that code still ain't never been broken to this day.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? So the humbleness, not even telling somebody to be humble, even in a situation like that, it's not even telling a person you need to be humble and admit what you did. Like that's fucked up.
Nah.
That's fucked up. You don't even do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not telling nobody to be humble. You like, okay, well, now I know what type of extremes you willing to go through for us to win. Shit, you never know what the future may look like. You see what I'm saying? So, but if you
Yeah.
don't want to be a team player and you want to be a competitor, then go compete. You know, but you can't be
And
a humble competitor against me.
and that's what I'm saying, right? Like, like, mm, like, like teams win. Everybody know that, right? Like, even if you are a sport like boxing, boxers have a team. Like, they got a whole coaching team. They got a whole, just staff, like a whole a group of people that they need in order to get them through, whatever. Like, everybody got to be on the same page, man. Like I don't know, bro. Like, get out of here with being humble. It just don't work. It's not a good word. It's definitely misused, misunderstood. Um, and the people and that's messed up. The people that's using it will never, not never. It's highly unlikely that they will understand this episode. And
That they probably won't. They probably won't get it. They'll probably go look at these words, whoever's
like
watching.
I can see somebody reading the definition and then saying, well, what it means to me is this. And I'm saying, okay, that's what it means to you. That's cool. But this is what it means.
I mean, we just can't go. I mean, that's why we go to the dictionary before, and we are honest about what we thought it meant.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the reason why we talk about the what it meant to me's
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
You know, we may even still leave here standing on what it means to us and not and completely negate the definition. Now, I try not to do that because then that makes this useless. That makes it not just entertainment, you know what I'm saying, but it doesn't do anything to add on. It doesn't allow me to elevate.
Correct.
It doesn't allow me to get better, to say,
Correct.
okay, now I have a better comprehension of this word, a better understanding of it. So now I can actually apply it. So in my daily life, in my activity socially, I don't tell nobody to be humble. Like, you need to humble yourself. Nah, I'm not even gonna say it. Now I can understand. I can stand on that and say, you know what? I'm not gonna tell nobody to be humble. You know, like why? Like why? They
I tell
doing
them,
their thing. They turning
I
up.
tell them, I tell them congratulations.
Yeah. Keep shining. Keep
Keep
rising.
shining.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep grinding. Keep doing your thing. Keep elevating.
All right. Because in reality, if we're not teammates, we're competitors, right? And if we really are competitors, then that person is motivation for you to do more. Maybe not better, but at least more than what you've been doing, right? If that person, if you see that person as not as a teammate, but as a competitor, right? That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm anti-friendly competition because teammates should never have competitive thoughts against each other, right? Because that's dangerous. Um, we can train, we can build, right? But everybody not on this team is absolutely the enemy.
Absolutely. And absolutely ops, right?
Absolutely, right. And they and they
Absolutely
they they
ops.
the competition, right? And they trying to take what we got. They trying to take something from us. They trying to prevent us from winning, from succeeding. And your teammates aren't doing that.
Your teammates aren't doing that.
Even no matter how much y'all sparred or trained hard and they might have ran faster than you in practice yesterday, but that was to make you run faster today.
You might have got dunked on in practice.
You might have got dunked on in practice.
And everybody on the team like, man, he dunked this shit, man. What happened? But at the same time, now when it's time for you to get in the game, now you're supposed to take that energy and put that on the opposition.
Yeah, all that. Oh, he dunked on me. I'm about to bang it on this team.
Yeah, you know, because you want that same person on your team to be like, I see you.
I see you. I had you like that. You did that to money, my man over there. Yeah,
see, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. You gotta tease me like, yeah, that's the way you look like me when I was dunking on you yesterday.
And he's like, yeah, so he's just banging on him, right? Like,
that's it. And it's love, and it's supposed to be,
and that's healthy. It's not, oh, you copying me.
Nah.
Oh, you doing what I did. Like, nobody even know that was practice. Nobody even saw that.
Nobody but the team. That's it.
That was just us, right? Like, and yeah, right. Like, and
if nobody seen it but the team, you know what I'm saying? Then why you so shitty and want to stay in the locker room like a little bitch? And you know who that's for. So,
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. When you're supposed to be front line on the field, you're supposed to be front line on the court. Supposed to be out here hooping right now. That was the initial plan. But we always got to remember, plans get revised, but the work always still get done. See, that's the difference. That's the difference between somebody who humble and who's somebody who ain't. The work got to get done. Plans don't get changed. The work always got to get done.
The work always got to get done.
So either we on or we ain't. You know, either we on or we ain't. And being humble is not part of the program. And people would say that, oh, look how, and I'd be turning up for the show anyway. But like, people would say like, oh, that's arrogance. See that? That's the arrogance. Okay. See, that's the pompousness. That's the this, that's the that. But guess what? We still tell people, if you okay with being humble after hearing us discuss this and going to go do the research for yourself, which we always encourage that everybody do, go look these words up, then be humble. Ain't nobody telling you to change your humble. I'm just saying, don't expect that from me.
You ain't lying, cause I personally see everybody as God. However, if you want to be human, that's cool. Man. Right? I will allow you to see yourself and relegate yourself to that. Like, that's cool. I'm gonna always see your potential.
Always.
But if you see that as me being looking down because I'm like, peace, God, I see everything is everything. Right? I'm like, it's like, and I really talk to somebody and figure out why they say things or why they feel away. You'll really find out that that's you feeling away. Right? Like, it ain't got nothing to do with them. Like they got a whole nother reason for why they doing what they doing. Right? Is you that is feeling inferior. So because you feel inferior, you are making them superior. Right?
It takes two to tango.
Like, whether that person feels superior or not, you feeling inferior automatically makes them in the superior position.
I guess for some people, if they allow themselves in that position, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, and I'm saying the people that's telling people to be humble are in that position.
Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, they
yep.
They just gotta get busy.
I mean, doing the work. That's all.
And not the same work as you or any, like, they just gotta do their work. They just gotta do their thing. Like, they gotta do whatever it is that they said they was gonna do today. They gotta try their best to get that done, right? And two, that's why I say, right, like, only to the Most High, right? Because I woke up this morning like, thank you. I'm gonna set my plan for the day, right? And I'm gonna work towards that plan of the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm gonna hope really hard that I get to accomplish my plan for the day.
That's right. And I made my bed up, so if I don't get shit done, my rack is made.
You know what I'm saying?
If
Like,
I don't get none of that shit done, guess what? I made that bed today.
I get up out of there, right? And
Yeah.
and you know, and at the very least, I have excuses for why I didn't accomplish my
Oh,
my plans.
Oh, that's because I was busy getting some other stuff done. Like, it wasn't. It wasn't a day off unless we
Wasn't
were
it
just,
correct?
yeah.
Right? Correct.
Vacation is a day off.
Correct.
You know, leave all the work behind, enjoy yourself, cloud nine type situations. But no, like, you know, during the daytime, you never know, man. You do something, you go to the store and just to go pick something up to get something to do something else, and then you have a car problem. You didn't expect that for the
Ah!
You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't part of the day. The plan was to go to Lowe's, Home Depot, get the shit I need to get, come back, do what I need to do. But now I got something else that, boom, okay. So now I got to take and get this. Okay, now while I'm getting that fixed, somebody call me and say, hey, something happened, boom, boom, boom. Okay, these are all things that just keeping me from that project. That's it. But if I get back and I get a little bit of time to start that project, just a little bit, even though I know I'm going to lose sunlight, I'm still going to get started.
Yeah, and that's what's important, right? Because you're still, even through the car problems, even through the phone conversations and everything, right? Like you're still in the direction of what you plan on doing today,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is when you like, man, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you can start a little bit today.
Like,
know,
you're just not going to.
yeah. What was that old cliche? Why put off
Yeah, today.
today?
Yeah. Well, I'll put off for tomorrow what you can do today.
Why put off for tomorrow what you can do for the day?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, some of them cliches, you know, actually are valuable. Some of them cliches are actually valuable. You know,
I think like even words like cliche, I think is a word that we mess up. That it sounds like, oh, something so cliche, almost as if it's unimportant and not valuable. Right?
Maybe that's
Because
what we talk about next week. Cliches.
because it's a cliche. It's kind of the way I feel about when we did the show about we're talking with Charleston White, because he's a comedian. Everything that he said automatically got relegated to being comedy and not serious. I think that's how, once we put something in a cliche category, I think it just becomes unimportant.
It becomes unimportant. Like, take 2 steps forward to 1 step back. Take 2 steps backwards to take 1 step forward. That shit is the most unimportant shit ever thought of. Okay. Just do it. I challenge anybody watching this show. Do me a favor, y'all. Stand up where you at. All right. Take 2 steps backwards. Count them. 1. All right. And then 2. You gotta move your leg twice. All right. And then move your leg once to 1 step forward and see if you are even where you started when you began. Dumbest shit ever. Dumbest shit ever. Sometimes you gotta take 2 steps backward to take 1 step forward. You a fucking idiot. And whoever made that shit up. You know what I'm saying? And that has been hurting people. People been living their lives like that, not even getting back to where they started at. You know, and it definitely doesn't help a person more than stop where you are and reevaluate your steps, where you got to go. Just stop where you are and look at your progress where you are right now.
Which is what you should be doing anyway. You should be evaluating every mile marker on your plan, right, of to where you're trying to go to, right? So every, if you want to be a over the road truck driver, the very first thing you need is a driver's license, right? The second thing you need is a CDL. But before you get to the CDL, you got to take classes so that you can even pass the test, right? So you got to find a school. You got to take the time to sit and study and learn, right? You got to have the money to actually to pay for all that, right? You got to pay for lessons, then you actually got to get the CDL, right? And then you got to apply for a job somewhere, and then you actually have to drive over the road
Mm-hmm.
and be gone for as long as you need to be gone for to get paid, right? It seems simple. I want to be get my CDL, but those are things you got to do, right? And once you say that, did you get your driver's license yet? Did you get the book for the CDL? Did you sign up for CDL driving courses? Have you researched anything in the direction of, if how much a truck might cost? Would it be better if you bought your own truck and became, a contract? Like, it's just a bunch of things, right? Like, what have you done besides thought about it, right?
What have you done besides thought about it? That should be a new cliche. Well, what have you done besides thought about it? Huh?
Yeah, right.
Huh? What have you done besides thought about it? What have you done besides thought about it? Oh, you mean like I need to do some shit? Yes, you need to do some shit other than think about it. Take the thought, put it in a plan of action. Now do. Start checking some boxes off. Start getting there. Start getting it to the end game, to
Yeah.
manifest to what you want to see.
And all those steps are important, right? Again, you want to be the over the road truck driver. Do you have a driver's license? Do you got the CDL? Like, you got to do all those steps. You just can't be on some old, I want to be over the road truck driver, and then just become an over the road truck driver tomorrow. Like, unless you have your CDL already.
But what if I tell you, like, well, really, God, I'm really just trying to like humble myself, and like you already crashed the truck already. You already drove off the side of the road.
You don't want it. You don't want to drive, right? Like you don't want to drive. You just like the way trucks look.
So humble, bad, good, misunderstood. It seems like it's bad and it's badly misunderstood.
Yeah.
That's what humble is. I'm getting humble vibes giving me badly misunderstood. And is it disrespectful or helpful? I just think that when we have words like humble and it's so blatantly disrespectful, like the actual definitions of the word. I mean, and this is just my opinion, Chef Earl Pearl opinion on it, because everybody else is entitled to have their own opinion. Viewers, people watching. When I look at the definitions, it appears to be disrespectful. From my perspective, the way I think, the way my brain works, humble is a disrespectful word. To be asking somebody, to request someone to be humble, not having full comprehension of it. I get where we think the word is, where we think humble means to be compassionate, concerned, thoughtful,
Don't hurt my feelings.
caring, right?
Mhm.
Don't hurt my feelings, you know, like you wouldn't have said that to me if you had some humbleness about you need to humble yourself and apologize to me or all that fuck shit. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Like you that's disrespectful if you don't understand the word. You know, now I did see some things in humble, you know, some of the synonyms that they had that you know that kind of resembled something helpful, you know, like being respectful, you know, that's helpful. um I don't know, it's kind of like limited to that, like that it wasn't a lot. It was
Yo, God, even on that aspect alone, I think that the synonyms are what makes it badly misunderstood because people are ignoring the actual definition of the word because they know that it's bad, and
Mhm.
they mentally apply the synonyms when they're talking to people, right?
Ah, yes.
You know, because the whole bragging and stuff like that, and um, right? Like I don't know, man. Just
No, that's cold right there. People mentally apply the synonyms, the selective ones that they want to choose. But I don't even think most people even know what the hell the synonyms are
no,
that
no, they
correlate to
don't.
humble.
They don't. But they again, they think it has something to do with compassion and they and being modest and even and in the Bible it says, "And the meek shall inherit the earth." Right. So in that aspect alone, you would want to be humble in order to inherit the earth.
Mm.
You said,
So it said the meek, the weak.
the meek shall inherit the earth is how I read in the Bible, right?
Okay, the
And
meek, the meek.
and the meek
Okay, the meek.
and
Okay.
I think that literally means that they're gonna die and be buried in the ground.
And meek means
That's
quiet, gentle, easily imposed on, and submissive.
so even biblically, the way that they use they say the meek will inherit, so they wouldn't even have earned the earth.
Nah, because that means somebody had to give you the shit if you inherited.
So that means everybody else went to heaven and they left you the earth to die on and
Your weak ass stay down
then
here.
we guys like you because
Your
you
weak
was
ass out of here.
that's interesting, bro. That's interesting. Like,
Your weak ass out of here. Now you get to stay on earth and shit.
I,
You don't get to go
but
to heaven.
but I do think though that the religious folks, when they see that passage, the meek shall inherit the earth, they looking at that as inheriting the earth as being a good thing, right? Instead of the ultimate goal of a spiritual person would be to go back to the source or go back to where from whence from whence you came. They're looking to stay on earth
To
and
live
be
forever.
yeah, I think that's on earth, like not even in
Yeah.
uh yeah. And I think that's what it's about, right? I think those people are scared to death, scared of death. Uh they want to go to heaven but just scared to die.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody want heaven, but don't nobody want to die to get there. Yeah. And then be quick to tell somebody else they going to hell. Like, nigga,
Quick to tell.
save me a seat then. Nigga.
Save me a seat, you know what I'm saying?
You know, because I show up with some gasoline draws on for real, for real. Like, if it's all that, like stop it. But meek, quiet, gentle, and easily imposed on, submissive. I don't believe it in this paradigm. I don't believe it. You
Nah,
know,
son, nah.
I don't believe it. I don't see the meek inheriting shit around here. You know, matter of
Nah.
fact, I see it just getting worse and worse and worse for Meek.
Yeah.
You know, and I ain't talking about Meek Mill, the rapper. You know, for real.
And if you look at what they're doing to the soil and the Monsantos and all that stuff, right? Like they're making it so that you can't even grow your stuff like in the ground without you actually doing some work to it to make it usable for yourself,
Right.
right? Like luckily, um, it's not hard to correct, right? If it's not too bad, but it does require some work and it does require some patience,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it requires you to like you can't be humble in that process, right? Like because you definitely need to be worrying about the yield.
Right. Right.
You
And we
can't.
not just talking about the soil yield. We talking about the finished the harvest yield.
Yeah, and they got yielding as one of the synonyms, but you can't be yielding, right? The yield
Right.
is what you're concerned about, right? And humbleness just can't apply right there, bro.
Yeah, humble ain't it. Humble ain't it. Humble ain't it at all. So, y'all, we answered tonight. Tonight's word was humble. Our first question was, what does being humble look like? Jazz Garcelle was with us. We had some great insight on that. Our second question was, is humble a positive or negative personality trait? We talked about how, it just, it appears negative. It appears negative. It's hard to really, based on the definition and the things we discussed, examples we looked at and things like that, even after examining what humble looks like, it's very difficult to not say that it's negative, to not correlate it to something negative. Some people may still go with the whole positiveness of the word because that's how they view it, and that's fair. But having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance, is, to me, it's just not anything upstanding. Um, it's suggesting that a person needs to be more humble, helpful, or disrespectful. It's again Cigarden Panel. We didn't have everybody here, but unanimously it was like it's disrespectful. And once again, these just our opinions, y'all. We break this stuff down and go through these words. If you agree, you agree. If not, y'all see the cigar in the ashtray right there. Y'all just leave it right there, you know. And if you rock with it, then continue to do your research, pick it up, have a smoke, see how it applies to you in your life. Yeah, God, any final words right there on humble? Because we're gonna go ahead and close the show out this evening.
Nah, bro. I was, to be completely transparent. I like I said earlier, I only had a feeling about humble prior to tonight, and the feeling that I had from it, I didn't like it. Um, and now that I'm informed, and if Merriam-Webster dictionary and Google and all those things are not acceptable resources, then we need some suggestions on some better ones, because I don't know. I don't like it, bro. I really don't like it now, right? Like it's just bad. So that's all I got, bro. Like no humility. I wake up humble. I wake up ready to get busy. So that's where I'm at with it.
No doubt. So we want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. Make sure to like and share the video. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. So when we go live, you never miss an episode of Cigar Sundays Live. We will see you all back here next Sunday at 8 p.m. on Cigar Sundays. We want everybody to have a peaceful and positive and productive start to your week. You know, don't start your week off humble. Okay. Start your week off like, I'm going to do something this week that's going to be phenomenal, groundbreaking, elevating, mind-blowing, even if it's to yourself. Okay?
For yourself.
To yourself, for yourself. Okay? And we'll see y'all here next time. Right here on Cigar Sunday. Don't forget the links in the description too, y'all. Check out the links in the description. And peace, God.
Peace, God.
When you look good, you feel good. So let's get back to school with DBCHEFTV merch. August 1st through November 1st. Shop until you drop from our huge selection of apparel and accessories. Use code and enjoy 10% off our entire site at checkout. Visit www.dbcheftv.com. Hit the shopping link while supplies last and get back to school with DBCHEFTV merch.
This whole publication is all about going from nowhere to somewhere, right? Being able to stand on something so that you can travel in peace, right? So bksoulfarm.com, 1016, 160 self-sustainability. Jump on a list and get yourself together, right? Because it is irresponsible to not even know what responsibility means. So get yourself together, food, clothing, and shelter, protection of that, support your interests, and live.
I told you my touch gives you a rush that you can't deny. Got this feeling, stronger than Marvin gets sexual healing. So let me give it to you and only you, cause you're that special. Know that you're special, just like the wind. I'm in love with your body, every piece of your skin. Just know that I love you. Just know that I trust you. Oh yeah. No need to fight it, just try it and let my hands go. Wherever I put them, baby, it's your show. Just first with permission, can I feel slow? Starting at your navel, perfection, girl, I'm able. I'm with your body like right now. Them candles come alive, turn them lights out. Cause what you wanna do, I'ma let you be the only one. Hey, special, so I'll explain. Starting first with